My name is Victoria Janelle Wright, and I'm not an expert on relationships, but I am someone who wants to be better in understanding them and understanding myself. This goes for all types of relationships, from friendship to love, our relationship to our work, our mental health, and even our spirituality. Each episode, I'll be speaking with friends on how they navigate their relationship experiences and ultimately how we're not so different in processing our stories.
Sorry. We met in college. I think it was like the first week of school, maybe. I was a sophomore and she was a freshman coming in, and she was, breaking curfew and going to this party that she probably shouldn't have been at because she was just newly into the school, But anyway, this freshman walks into this party with her friend and just accosts me in the hallway with my friend. She's like, "Hey, trying to dance?" That's not how I tell the story. But anyway, we met at a party and we started dancing. And for some reason we started yelling our area codes at each other because that's, I guess,
it was because it was during the height of the hyphy movement is very popular. I'm from Oakland. The friend that I went to the party with is from Vallejo. So we were shocked that this boy at LMU, who we later found out was from LA, knew how to do all the Bay Area dances really, really well.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's how it went to that.
That's right.
Yeah.
They were watching me across from the party, oh my God.
And then we had to go up to him and be like, "Where are you from? Why do you know how to do all these dances this good?" And then it turned into a LA versus the Bay.
Yeah, I was just trying to chill.
Yeah. But yeah, that's how we
Say
met.
the last day.
Yeah. That's how we met. But we stayed friends for throughout college. Not super close friends, but oh, I know Joe. Joe's a good guy. And then we didn't start dating until after I graduated. He was helping his friend promote a party. And he invited me to the party. And I took him inviting me to the party as oh, he likes me. So I'm all excited. I'm like, oh, he's kind of cute. And, telling my girls about him before we're going to the party and stuff. And just we hit it off that night, flirting and stuff like that. And I had our official first date the next day. Yeah. Been hanging out ever since.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she hit me up
yeah, I texted him the next day. I was like, "You want to hang out?"
Probably 9 a.m. I don't know.
I was at this really boring job, and I was like, "I'm gonna text him." Yeah. It was a good decision, obviously.
Yeah.
11 years? 10 years. 10 years. Wow. Yeah, 10 years. Because we started dating when we were babies. So we definitely had to live life and grow up. But yeah, 10 years. I think for me, it was definitely a safe space, the relationship. Because I stayed in LA after college, and being with him made it feel more like home. And I feel like we had a lot of similar interests, so we would always be doing creative things together and just hanging out together and having fun. It was some of the funnest times, the first couple years after college, just growing from there. Yeah.
So when we got together, I was really all about well, number one, why does she like me? And, well, why do I like her? And how does this look in the future? We were growing together and learning a lot about ourselves. It kind of helped because I had someone to lean on emotionally, and just always had great advice for me and helped me kind of get through some tough times.
I would say the same. You did the same for me, for sure. Yeah, it's been like...
I'm still doing it.
It's like kind of hard sometimes because we are involved in so many different parts of each other's lives. Like, he helps me out with music, with like when I was doing, I had like, when we first started dating, I had a blog, like a fashion blog, and he would do all the photos.
I was a
He was a,
what was it, a blog boyfriend?
yeah. I guess. But like, we've always been involved in each other's like creative endeavors and career endeavors, and also obviously we're together, so like social circles and stuff like that.
Yeah, she had me to make her cool.
We argue about this.
I keep her fresh.
He has a friend who agrees and who will tell you that I made him cool. So I don't know what he's talking about. This is lies. This is all like, this is what you see. This is me. Like, I made this.
When she says she made this, she means she suggested the haircut.
And it's stuck for like years. So we haven't changed the haircut. We love the haircut. So
I feel like, especially when you're young, we treat our romantic relationships like they're disposable. Because we get taught this mentality of like playing the field and there's more out there or whatever, and kind of live in the moment rather than thinking about the future with someone and thinking about what their presence means in your life, rather than like momentary gains, like fleeting stuff. We if you're not able to kind of look past your difference in that moment, then you're not going to be able to do it in the long term. And I feel like a lot of people just find it easier to just, you piss me off, so fuck it, and just, like for guys, I'll find another, girl, or, for girls is, I'll find someone that, treats me the way I want to be treated, but it may not be like, you may not have the history and time invested with this new person to where this new person understands you inside and out. And you won't get that without time.
yeah, I was, to piggyback on that, that's what my initial thought was, like spending time with someone, and I think getting through those maybe first one or two situations like that is going to like really make you stronger. Because you get to know the person that you're with, and you get to trust the person that you're with. Like if someone's going through some really terrible time in their life, and maybe they're not as loving or not as happy or whatever you usually expect from them, you should be able to see like, oh, this person is hurting. This person is in pain right now, and they just don't have the capacity to do that. And that's where like empathy and caring for other people comes in, because we're not always going to all be at like 10 every day. There's going to be some days where you need the people that love you to surround you and lift you up and to like pick up the slack for you. And you have to be willing to do that for other people in order to receive that. Yeah.
Can anyone live with Eartha Kitt?
That's not for me to decide. That's for someone who decides to live with me to decide. Not for me.
But are you willing to compromise within a relationship?
To compromise? What is compromising? Compromising for what? Compromising for what reason? To compromise? For what? To compromise. What is compromise?
If a man came into your life, wouldn't you want to compromise?
Stupid. A man comes into my life and I have to compromise? You must think about that one again. A man comes into my life and you have to compromise for what? For what? For what? A relationship is a relationship that has to be earned, not to compromise for. And I love relationships. I think they're fantastic. They're wonderful. I think they're great. I think there's nothing in the world more beautiful than falling in love. But falling in love for the right reason. Falling in love for the right purpose. Falling in love. Falling in love. When you fall in love, what is there to compromise about?
Isn't love a union between two people? Or does Eartha fall in love with herself?
I think if you were to think about it in terms of analyzing, yes, I fall in love with myself, and I want someone to share it with me. I want someone to share me with me.
Has that happened?
Bye, Waylon! Bye! Many times. In many ways.
I like to protect my heart, protect my peace, and just like the heartbreak I felt like as a child, like from my own parents, like I just got a lot from that. I learned a lot from that, and I know what I want, I know my worth, and I'm not gonna settle for less. So like any little thing that's like a red flag, like I'm not gonna sit here and take it. Like that's not who I am, and that's not what I deserve. So I'm just gonna wait for it. You know, I'm just not gonna like jump into whatever's there for me. You know, I'm pretty. I can get somebody. Like there's a lot of people out there. So come on. Love yourself and like do that first before like you try to find somebody else, or you're gonna just like jump into whatever and then you're gonna get hurt in the end. You know, so you know, like there's always that they treat you just like you're there, like you're an option, and I don't want to be treated like an option. So I'm not gonna be with it. Like as soon as they show me that, I'm gone. That's not for me. Yeah.
I think we were more acquaintances than friends. But I always felt that he was a good guy. So I always like felt safe around him. It was easy to trust him early on. Maybe because we like knew a lot of the same people. We went to a predominantly white school. All the black people knew each other. So I think those like the familiarity helped, but we weren't like necessarily like close friends or like would talk all the time or hang out all the time.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think you need to be close friends initially to pursue something romantic. A lot of times that familiarity can get in the way of you getting deep with someone because whatever, you might have your guards up because of something you may have witnessed them do with someone else. So it's like, I'd rather have a clean slate with someone and build, you know, that friendship over time than, oh, we've been cool for 5 years, so we said, let's figure it out, you know? Because even then, in that time, there's a lot of skeletons that could pop out, you know, now that you guys are in a relationship.
I really don't understand why that's so common, like people not willing to like just be good people to each other when it comes to relationships. Like, I don't know, from my friends' experiences telling me, like, it just feels like people are really quick to be like, oh, I can't touch this. I can't do this. It's too much. I really do not understand that. And sometimes I wonder if us getting together like at such a young age and just having like so much fun helped us not really be so scared or like approach it that way. But I don't know. I really don't understand why that's so common. I'm laughing because I struggle with anxiety and I go on these like thought spirals almost every damn day. So I feel like I need people who see me. I need people to be like, snap out of it. This is who you are. Shut that shit down. My siblings do that for me, but he also obviously does that for me on a very regular basis. I can't think of the first time, but he does it all the time, and thank you, because I know it's exhausting.
I feel like I get the latter from you a lot. Like, you need to work on this.
That's my anxiety spilling over to him.
You need to work on this, Joe.
I'm working on it. I'm working on that.
You tell me I'm hot all the time.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I don't know if this was a question, but I feel like for me, something that I've learned is that I try to fix her problems like all the time. Like, I'll try to like have an answer. Sometimes I don't need to have an answer. I just need to listen and let it play out in her life and not try to make it our like thing or the thing that I have to protect or save. It's like, nah, sometimes she just needs to go through the hurt and feel the hurt and have me hear her go through the hurt and talk about the hurt. And then she'll figure it out, you know? I would say that whatever you're trying to implement in your relationship to make things work, it is working. And to not think about the moments that don't feel perfect as it not working. Especially since we've been married, our relationship has just made me want to be like more of a protector, more of a man, and just more like sincere in the things that I do and say.
What I'm looking forward to next is two things. Little chocolate babies and oh my God. And living in our dream type home. Yeah.
Chocolate babies, I guess. Yeah. Chocolate babies. But I feel like we both are kind of finally getting career-wise notice and respected, not only with like what we're being trusted with, but financially. So I'm interested to see how we grow where we are in our lives right now, you know, moving to a nicer place, getting nicer cars, taking more trips, you know, just really learning more about each other and, you know, just building on what we already have.
From broke 21-year-olds to actual grown adults.
Right.
With monies.
We was on the air mattress.
Have fun and trust your instincts.
I'll say the thing that I've been saying for like 10 years now. Work on yourself. Get deep into your craft, whatever it is. For me at the time, it was music and journalism. So I was just hustling on that. And by me doing that, had her seeing me doing that and had her inquiring about me and letting me know that she had feelings for me, you know, just by me doing my thing, you know. And
it's true.
I really think that when people start to like get deep into their self-discovery and really trying to focus on, you know, being better, the energy just comes to you.